Hey guys, welcome back to HW Sports 90. And guys, we are going to stick on Erik Ten Hag at the moment because he is under pressure, yes, at Manchester United, with most of their fan base are asking for him to be sacked. But up to now, there are no indications that Erik Ten Hag will be relieved of his duty as a Manchester United manager. And this has not come good to most of their fans because they believe that having only played 7 games in the season and 2 games in the Europa League, they can still salvage their season if they decide to part ways with Erik Ten Hag and bring in a new manager. And yesterday there was a meeting in London where United hierarchy led by the Ineos in the Ineos headquarters, where we saw the likes of Sir Jim Ratcliffe, the likes of Sir Braceford, and also the other staff or other board members of Manchester United. And the agenda of the meeting was to discuss the current hit at Manchester United, with Erik Ten Hag believed to be the main topic of the day. The meeting ended yesterday evening, but according to the reports that we had, is that Ten Hag might have survived yet another ouster from Manchester United, and we may see him next week as a Manchester United manager in the touchline, against Brentford, I think at Old Trafford, because they played Villa Park at the Villa Park this weekend, where they drew a 0-0. Their 4th clean sheet of the season, but the goals are the issues. I think they have 4 clean sheets now, with those clean sheets coming against Aston Villa, Crystal Palace, Fulham, and Southampton. They have conceded goals: 2 goals against Brighton, 3 goals against Liverpool, and 3 goals against Tottenham Hotspurs. 5 goals scored, 8 goals conceded, 14th in the Premier League, 8 points, having played 7 games. Their worst ever start to the Premier League after 7 games. And Ten Hag is set to stay. Guys, these are just rumors that we are having at the moment. It's not officially confirmed that Ten Hag will stay or not, but the rumors strongly circulating in the social media yesterday and today is that Ten Hag might be given another chance, to salvage his season at Manchester United. Why do their fan base want him sacked? United, since his arrival at Old Trafford, I think now this is his 3rd season. His 1st season, I think, was a little bit fair. I can give him a rating of maybe 5 out of 10 because he did well in his 1st season. Although he started on a wrong note. Remember, he conceded some goals against Brentford, 4-0 rather. They lost against Brighton. It took him, I think, 43 games after their 1-0 win, the 2-1 win against Liverpool, the Premier League. I think that is where they started to be doing a good work. But again, they started on a wrong note in his 1st season, where I think they ended up winning the Carabao Cup in his 1st season as Manchester United manager. So their fans were optimistic. They were, they were having a dream that you know what, we are going to achieve more next season. That is last season. But after winning the Carabao Cup in his 1st season, their fans were hoping that this result can improve, and next season we can be, the top 4 and challenge for the title, if not. But that was not the case, because last season United had another worst season because they were knocked out in the Champions League. They finished, I think, 3rd or 4th. They finished 8th in the Premier League, and the only positive that I think has made Ten Hag to be at United at the moment is their 2-1 win against Manchester City in the FA Cup final at the Wembley Stadium. Goals scored by Kobe Mainoo and I think Garnacho, and Doku getting one for the citizens. That is the game that saved Ten Hag from being sacked, because there were news prior to that game that the board has already decided to sack Ten Hag no matter the outcome of that game. And after their 2-1 win against the Citizens, the FA Cup final, they went to the international, to the break, and the holiday break, that is. And United were believed to be in the market for a new manager, and it took them sometimes, if not 4 weeks, to find a new manager, with reports indicating that they approached former Chelsea and PSG manager, that is Thomas Tuchel, in with a deal to take over at United, but Tuchel decided to turn this down because he wanted to have a peace of mind at the moment, because he was just from the Bayern job. And after Tuchel refused United offer, then they decided to to remain with Erik Ten Hag. So it is clear that the board wanted Ten Hag out, but somehow they failed to find a suitable candidate, and they had to stick with Ten Hag and back him in the summer. They signed players, and to make it sweet enough, because they signed players according to Ten Hag's choices. Ten Hag wanted Mathis de Ligt and Naso Mazrui. They got them. He wanted Joshua Zirkzee, and they also got him. Remember, Aleniora was not Ten Hag's choice. His choice was Brandtwith or de Ligt, but they brought in his targets this summer. So after all these additions, and the summer clear out that they had, United fans were hoping for a good season compared to the last two they've had under Ten Hag, but that has not been the case. Even though they won their first game of the season against Fulham at Old Trafford, a debut goal by Joshua Zirkzee, and they were hoping that they could capitalize on that victory when they faced Brighton at the Amex Stadium, but somehow they performed poorly, as they lost 2-1, conceding at the death the last minute of the game. So United fans did not notice, they didn't see any changes. They saw similarities of what happened last season and to what is happening this season, and they were outrageous. They were shocked, and immediately they started calling for him to be sacked. The following game, they did poorly again. They drew against Crystal Palace. They lost against Liverpool. They lost against Tottenham. They drew against Aston Villa, even though they won 3-0 against Sutton, and 7-0 against Barnsley in the Carabao Cup. But even though that happened, United fans have seen enough of Ten Hag. Remember, they drew with FC Twente in the Europa League. They also drew with FC Porto, giving away a 2-0 lead to 3-2 eventually, or fortunately, a savior from Harry Maguire to make it 3-3, and somehow keep his job safe. So after the game against Spurs, there were news that Ten Hag was given 2 games to save his job. He was given the Porto game and the Aston Villa game, but somehow he did not lose nor win those games. He drew both of them, 2-2, 3-3 against Porto and 0-0 against Aston Villa. And this led to the board to convene a meeting in London, the Ineos headquarters. I think the only reason as to why Ten Hag is still at United is because I understand that they have not gotten the suitable manager that they think can take them to the next level. That is the up level that they deserve, because they are the great club and one of the biggest club in the world, Manchester United. There have been news that United are lining up a move for Thomas Tuchel once again, and now Thomas Tuchel is said to be ready to take over the helm at Manchester United. But I don't think the owners are willing to bring a new manager in that caliber in the middle of the season. I think they can decide to wait until the end of the season, to bring in a new manager, and so that the manager can start from scratch. At the moment, if they can decide to sack Ten Hag now, the most suitable candidate, or the suitable candidate to replace Ten Hag, I think, can be their former striker, that is Van Nistelrooy, who is now the stand manager of Ten Hag, or they can bring in Michael Carrick, the current boss of Middlesbrough in the Championship. I don't think they can bring in a new manager that is a permanent manager at the moment. They can only appoint an interim manager until the end of the season, and if the interim manager does a good job in the rest of the season, I think he can be offered a new deal. If not, they will be in the market for a new manager. At the moment, the names that have been linked with a job at United are, as I said, Thomas Tuchel, the former Chelsea, Borussia Dortmund and PSG manager. Also Van Nistelrooy, the former United striker and the former PSV manager. Also McKenna, the former assistant to Erik Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who is now the current manager for Ipswich, is also among those tutored. The former Chelsea manager, the former Brighton manager, that is Graham Potter. Also the former England manager, that is Gareth Southgate. These are some of the names. Also Simone Inzaghi, the former Inter Milan manager. I think, if not former, current, these are the coaches or managers that have been linked with their move to United. This as if Ten Hag will be sacked. That is the decision that has to be made by the board, and the majority has to support that motion. And I think the final details of that meeting, I think, will be shared with the media in the course of the week, if Ten Hag will keep his job or not. For Manchester United fans, this is now your chance to air to your opinions. What do you think? Do you think the club should stick with Ten Hag? Give him time, so that he can turn things around, the way he always says that we have a long-term project. We are fighting as a team. We are together in this, and we can turn this around. That is always Ten Hag. Each and every game, after a bad game, after losing or during a match, he always say that we are together and we are determined to bring result. He always says, don't judge us now, judge us at the end of the season. That is Ten Hag's word. So maybe he is aiming to win Carabao Cup or FA Cup, to again salvage the season and avoid the sack at Manchester United. But the results need to change. Their next 6 games is no joke. Brentford, I think they're playing West Ham, they're playing Ipswich, they're playing Sackshire, they're also playing Everton. So their next games, also Chelsea's there. The next 6 games, there's no joke, and Ten Hag needs to deliver. I'm even surprised that they are at holiday. They're in holidays, even though they're having a poor season. I think this is where the team should stick together. Those that are not in international games should stick together and do more at the training ground. But Ten Hag at the moment is out on holiday, hoping that his job is safe, and he is aiming to be back at Old Trafford next week to lead the Red Devils against Brentford at Old Trafford. Guys, United fans, what do you think? Should Ten Hag be sacked? Yes or no? If yes, who do you think should take over at Manchester United? Should they appoint a permanent manager in the name of Thomas Tuchel, the likes of Erik McKenna, Simone Inzaghi, or do you think they should bring in an interim manager, the likes of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, the likes of Van Nistelrooy, Wayne Rooney? They have Michael Carrick. This is your chance, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. But at the moment, Erik Ten Hag is staying, and if otherwise, I will be here with a new video discussing the next events, if he will be sacked or not. At the moment, guys, let me say thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Remember, we have a second channel in waiting. We started it, and it is coming slowly but slowly. You can check the link in the description below, and also subscribe.